So what happened? You left your car out in the city and they robbed all your stuff?
Yep.
Stole your tail lights?
Yep.
Stole your door handles?
Stole all that shit. Stole my Timberlands too, right out the front seat.
So you're stripping it all down and you're gonna get it painted correctly.
Yep.
So what else are you taking off? Are you gonna take off this trim around the windows?
Yeah, we're gonna take all the trim off. Hopefully it doesn't break. If not, we know where there's a couple cars in the junkyard we can get 4 pieces. But there's bolts and stuff, screws and stuff behind. We're gonna take all this off so there's no tape line, so no point failure. We're gonna take the side skirts off, the front and rear mud flaps, the inner fender wells, headlights obviously. I'm gonna take the wipers off and the wiper cowl. Then we're gonna take the door gasket out. Put the gasket right here where the sealer. Take that off too, so there's no taping right there. I'm gonna leave the windshield in the rear window area. I'm not gonna take that out. Basically, it's going back the same color with a little extra.
And then you said over here you're gonna have your guy do some repair on this fender, right?
Yeah, this fender, he looked at it. He told me that the seam weld split on some reason over here, and it just pulled all the moisture and all the dirt and stuff. There's no rust under the car, except for this part right here. We already fixed the front core support. Everybody's rust.
But the other rear fender is fine.
The other rear fender is fine. There's nothing on it. So he's just going to cut this whole piece out right here on the line, and he's going to redo it. And that's what sparked it. Is we were just going to fix that and not paint the car. But he told me that silver is hard to match and all that, and he said it'd be a better idea if we just paint the whole car.
Yeah.
And now we're painting the whole car. When we get done with that, we got the second gen motor over there. I'm going to hook it up with all Ms. Foreman parts.
Yeah, let's go look at that.
It came out of LKQ's junkyard.
Not this one.
No, not that one. That's the first gen. That one blowed up. But this one came out of LKQ's yard. Paid $800 for it, and it has 80,000 miles on it. And we know that's exactly what it's got because we got a little video of it running before they shipped it. You know, being that we buy stuff through the shop here, you know.
Well, it's upside down, but it says it's 2012 engine.
Yeah, 2012 to 14, I think is what it is. But we got all that. We got to start swapping all that stuff over, getting all that hooked up. So we're doing the second gen, and then I got full black interior.
So I was asking you about the brakes before. I was asking if you were going to do 6th gen. That's what I had, but you said you wanted to do big brakes.
I'm trying to do something with some Brembos. Either figure out because Nissans came with, well, not these Nissans obviously.
Hey, Brembos.
They came with Brembos.
If you say Brembos.
Oh.
All right. I had to take a call. Finish telling me about your Brembos.
Whatever. People get bent out of shape about speech. Whatever. So, but yeah, we're going to try and see if I can get some calipers that'll fit that.
But what are the big brakes from, or what are they made for?
You got Z's, like 50 Z's.
Yeah.
I actually got a set right there. I got a set because I wanted to try them, see what I had to do to get them done. These came off of the 350Z. So that's basically them.
Okay.
4 pistons. I mean, it's got the bracket built on it, but you know, I think there's an offset issue is why we can't use these on those spindles, but you know, I'm pretty sure we can figure it out.
You're just gonna try to make it work?
Yeah, I mean, we can see what we can do. I got a buddy that has a machine shop. He needs to make us something, or you know, if you need to make a bracket or a spacer or something, I mean, Wilwood does it, so.
Yeah. All right. 2003 Maxima 6-speed that you stole from me. I mean, bought from me.
I didn't steal it. You gifted it because I'm such a great brain.
All right, so I'm just gonna give a little intro. So it was in very good condition, we thought, and you wanted to touch some things up, and then it kind of turned into painting the whole car. So go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, we wanted to touch this side up. This side was all rusted out, if y'all remember. We have pictures. I'm pretty sure Chris will upload them. It was just this little spot, but by the time we sanded it, it became this whole piece. It turned out this inside lip here was rotted away. We got down to the dog legs over here. The bottom sills were rusted away. So we cut new metal in. We reshaped the whole thing. Once I got it shaped, We rolled the whole fender and we fixed both side dog legs. So from a little spot to a big giant spot, it turned into a big nightmare. And then it's 18, 20-year-old paint, and it was faded. So trying to blend that paint to this paint would have been a nightmare. So we just decided to sand the whole car down and repaint the whole thing.
But it goes to show you, sometimes you think the rust damages a little area, and then it turns out to be a big area.
Yeah. So now it's all fixed. It's fixed the correct way with metal. It's not bonded over or glued over or anything like that. And while we were here, the gas door was broke, so we fixed that. That opens and closes now correctly. It doesn't fall down. We stripped everything down. The windows came down. Got a little overspray on some parts like that. So we stripped the car down. The worst part about stripping the whole car was the taping and spoiler off. That sucked.
Right, yeah, it was a pain in the ass. Actually, you had me trying to get off, and I wasn't getting anywhere with it.
There was 3 of us.
Yeah.
One of us was pulling on it, 2 were holding the deck lid down because the fella was going to rip the deck lid off. So the car still has to be wet sanded and buffed. It was just wet sanded on 1800 to knock it down. There's still some parts that need to be taken care of. Still got some shady stuff, but so right now, while we're reassembling and still got to do the motor swap, we'll sand all that stuff later once the car's done.
So it's probably harder to see in here because we're not in sunlight, but you've got a little bit of pearl in the paint.
Yeah, we got 3 different pearls. We got a galaxy blue pearl, a white pearl, and then it's like a topaz blue. And
Yeah.
so basically, when you look at it right on it, it's silver, but when you kick to the side, it almost looks like a titanium tip. You know,
Right.
the silver and the color is kicked that way. I don't know why, but it looks really good. We didn't go crazy on the blues because I didn't want the car to be blue.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted it to be silver, the factory OEM silver, but with a little extra.
Okay.
I'm just from that generation where I like the pearls better because metallics are more modern day thing. And
He
says he's from that generation, and we're older than him.
Right? He's from that generation where they do flip flops.
I think he came here in a time machine.
a couple nicks in it. Like here's one. It's gonna have to be touched up. So we'll just tape that portion off, we'll sand it, and then blend the whole thing back.
Yeah.
And then we got one on this side. And it literally happened when we were buffing it. I don't know whether you could trash up in the buffer or what, but I mean, it nicked that side too, but there we go.
Yeah.
But it'll be blended and fixed. At the end of the day, it's not a show car, it's just a daily driver with somewhat decent paint.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you went a lot further than you planned on going.
This whole project's changed.
Yeah.
Really bad. It was never meant to be this, and now it is, and now I can't find myself stopping.
I like the color a lot. Remember how nicked up this hood was?
Oh, the hood was terrible.
You said you had to do a lot of elbow, or put a lot of elbow work
The hood had
in.
to be sanded back down to there.
Yeah.
There was no way we were getting around it. The hood and the bumper, and then up to back here, the fender had to be done because it had lots of nicks in it.
Yeah.
And it actually rusted. Once we got all the metal off of it, we took Osco it, washed it down, and then primered it. We had to sand it, and then primer and sand, primer and sand. I mean, there's a lot of work trying to get the body straight. All right, come back next week and we'll do the rest.
What?
All the dents.
When you put your grill on, you're gonna do your grill black or paint match?
Simon,
That's why that.
You might want to black this out though, because it looks weird in the background. At least for me it did. When I had it on the white car, and I had it white, that center thing,
Yeah, I can see
it looked it didn't look right, so I just hit it with like.
How about this piece or even the body piece of this too?
I don't remember if I did that too. I know I did this because it didn't look right, like colored. So I put it black so it was less visible.
Yeah, you color matching that grill and then painting the bottom black. That's gonna look good, bro. What color light fog lights you going with?
Yellow.
Yeah, that's gonna look good.
Get the before and after. Well, the before and the after. What was your process on that?
I bought the 3M kit that everybody says is the best kit. 800 grit, 500 grit. I'm sorry, as you work. 500 grit, 800 grit, then the 3000 rubbing compound, and the plastics after. On the drill, no big deal.
Now the trick is keeping it like that.
Yep.
You just got to keep doing it over and over.
Once a year.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen until you ain't got no plastic left.
Yeah.
Make more than 500 horse on stock.
On a 2,700-pound car, 500 horsepower is not fast.
You'll fucking twist the frame.
They make. Oh, he's
Okay.
videotaping us already.
So they make frame connectors, right?
Great. Yeah.
Okay. How much are frame connectors?
I don't know. I've never priced them.
Okay. You put frame connectors in, that fucking trim will not hold. You'll bust that bitch every way to Sunday.
Still be
and it'll
faster.
snap out of
It'll
here.
still be faster than the 6-cylinder.
I'll pull my super out. Go and get a fox body.
That's a different animal.
I will spank you with that fucking dirty ass bitch.
Which one, the gold one or the blue one?
The gold one.
The blue one got no motor in it, man. Come on.
My car will hold 800 horse on stock internals. It's been proven.
2J is a different animal. We're not talking about a 2J. That's a different animal.
That's
you know
the
that's
thing.
a different animal.
In 1986, when they made that son of a bitch, it came out with 200 and something horsepower. How much horsepower did they come out with? The 302s?
I don't know.
Let's just
Oh,
call it
220, 225.
225. Let's call
Or
it
215,
225. The
225.
Super NA turbo was 210.
225, all right.
Huh?
The Super, the NA was 210.
Okay. Just like I said, the 2J is a different animal. That is a different animal. And it's a straight 6. It's a different animal.
I cannot trust a car that doesn't make 500 horse on the stock internals.
Then why do you have that Maxima sitting out there?
Because it's not going to go near 500 horse. I know where its limits at.
You're putting a bottle on this and be close.
Huh?
You're gonna be close to 4.
It won't get that close.
I'm looking for 4 on bottle.
But, I mean, I don't trust the Mustang. And there's garbage to work on.
I disagree with you there too.
You got about dismantle half the bitch to get it out.
Fox body, dude. He can't. There's nothing you gonna tell me that made me think different about Fox
That's
body.
fine.
The cars
The
are
next-
sexy.
the
They
next
sound
Fox body,
good.
I tell you
They're
what.
fast as shit. Well,
The
most
next
When-
Fox body I get in here to work on, I'm going to let you come sweat.
okay.
When he was driving my Fox body, he was looking at them online for one to buy.
I seriously consider Fox bodies.
They're
Until
fucking-
I started working on them.
Every car.
You worked on mine
this
before
car's
that?
a pain in the ass to work on.
This is cake.
Not compared to a Fox body. No way.
Fucking cake.
Because you have a hard time with springs on a Fox body. You hate the car
What do you mean?
when you did the lowering springs on that white
It's
one.
not just springs. It's not just springs, it's everything.
What? What else is hard on that
Have
car?
you ever put long tube headers on it?
You gotta modify shit to do it, but
You
yeah.
gotta pull the fucking engine out of the fucking engine.
So same thing on the LS. You gotta do the same shit on the LS.
No.
Yes, depending on the
No.
car. Yes, you do. You
fucking
can't
put
take
multiple in there.
Man, you can't take a Camaro with an LS in and put heads in it without pulling the motor. You can't do it.
I can. Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Oh shit.
And then once you put the fucking BBK headers in there, they don't fit right. You gotta move them. You gotta beat them. You gotta, oh shit, now it's rattling the frame. You can't put X braces in the front there. The same frame connectors you talk about won't fit there now because the BBK's in the way.
American muscle is no other thing than American muscle.
Huh?
American muscle.
Fuck off. Let me go home and get my weed whacker and I'll show you what's up.
Putting everything back together.
Trying to put everything back together.
Vacuumed everything up. Now you're running the wiring for the power seat, correct?
Yeah, because the passenger seats came out of the whatever edition one you want to call it, but they got power on both sides and heated.
That was a titanium car. I think it was
titanium,
right?
yeah. So we've got to run the power over there to get seats to run. We're just using this factory relay and all that from this side of the wiring harness and running it over that way.
Stock seats we pulled out earlier today. And we're gonna put these in that we picked up at the yard a few weeks ago. Whole thing for I think 150. Front and back. So that's, what was it, 150 for everything for the seats?
Yeah, $100 for everything.
Yeah, not bad. So I'm just cleaning these seats up and we're gonna get them in there.
Chris,
Yo,
you pull that seat forward.
Grab right here and just roll it forward.
there?
Yes.
He plugged it in the airbag. What are you doing?
Well,
That wouldn't have that would have been catastrophic. Or could have been. Shit, man.
I'm running my mouth. Yeah, I wired this, and oh yeah, you plugged it in the airbag. All right, let her down.
You want to stuff the wires underneath? Yeah. I think it pops with the carpet tray right now. The laundry carpet. The seats pop out.
Carpet is fine.
Huh?
Carpet is fine.
That's what I'm saying,
I wouldn't
it makes
mess with it.
Oh,
It
no.
makes the seats
And it's
pop
clean.
out a little.
Now that we vacuumed it, it's not in bad shape.
I didn't tighten these up yet.
They see me rolling,
That's fucking great.
see me riding.
He's gonna be the only one that has power on that side.
Yeah.
They never gonna catch me riding without power seats again. It's different. Oh no, we don't do that anymore. On center.
It's different. It is different.
Yeah, the seats are different.
Oh shit.
So we gotta change bracketry on the bottom of the
What's different?
This.
Okay.
Come
Are
now.
they different?
Let's line them up.
No. Oh, the seat's bent. See the seat bowed?
Oh yeah.
That's why.
Probably when we shoved it in the trunk. Like a dead fucking body.
Just didn't want to sit in there, right?
Huh?
Just didn't want to get in there.
No. It's in there. It's just there's something wrong here. Right here.
Think it's just because it's sitting outside of the car for a while.
Did you guys fold it when you put it in? When you got it here, did you have to fold it to fit in the car?
Yeah, a little bit.
Probably bent the frame.
Yeah.
Probably bent the frame, Rudy.
There was no other way.
I hear you. Probably bent the frame when you brought it here and you stuffed it in the trunk. Probably bent the frame right there.
I'm filming in here again because I thought I was filming, but I wasn't. So.
Black leather.
Yeah. See that pearl? Looks good.
I mean, it's got some not perfect stuff on it, but when you look at it as a whole car, you don't notice it.
No. And you got the trims in black.
Yep, we're gonna redo those trims in black and chrome, and yeah. And eventually we're gonna get some nice wheels on there.
All right, cool.